Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Happy Monday to you. This is Rob the Mad Hatter from the biggest show in the world, the hashtag SBTVNation, coming at you, slapping you in the face this morning on a beautiful Monday morning. So what's going on, guys? Just so you know, I got 3 guests coming on today because my boy The Dream is traveling this morning doing some family stuff. So looking forward to getting my 3 guests on the line so we could break down some information, break down some games, and see what we got going on as far as the Diamond is concerned, because I got news for you, man. It's a pretty damn good weekend for your boy. That's all I got to say about that, man. Very excited about this weekend and looking forward to I think I'm finally starting to turn it around, man. I'm feeling really good there. So big ups to Tip Talker on here. I got Danish Better. Good morning to you. Ciroc King J. I've got my man Yato sending me all kinds of beautiful photos as usual. My man Buster Carr's on there too as well. Good morning, guys. How are you doing? So, pretty eventful weekend to say the least. Miss Ronda Rousey, in case you don't know, knocked out Korea in 34 seconds, which I thought was kind of a... I don't want to say it was a surprise. I mean, Dr. Dan was all over it, saying it was going to go anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. I thought it'd be a little bit better than that, to be honest with you. I mean, you blink of an eye, you grab a beer at the bar, and before you know it, the match is over, man. So I guess what they're doing right now, the UFC is trying to set up a new fight here with Ronda Rousey versus this Chris Cyborg Justino. Now, she's 145 pounds, so she's got to get herself down to 135 in order to make this fight happen. I guess she's like 14-1, 30 years old. The only problem with her is that she did test positive for performance-enhancing drugs back in 2011 following a knockout. So, Ronda Rousey was already questioned about that, and she came on and said, hey, my girl's got to, get rid of the steroids, get herself down to 135 so we could fight. So I know that Ronda Rousey does have a fight coming up in the fall. I forgot who she's fighting, but it's going to be probably another one of them matches where she's minus 2,000 or something like that. But versus this Cyborg chick, I think it'll be a different package. So we'll see. Hopefully Cyborg can get down to the weight and these girls could fight. I would expect to see that somewhere in like 2016 or whatever, but that'd probably be one of the biggest female fights in the world, man. So keep that in the back of your brains, man. It's coming up. What's up to Sugar Shane Redenius, J Cast, OJFB? What else I got here? I got the Total Sports Edge, my man Jonesy. I got Tay. What is going on, guys? Good morning to you. Let's see who else. Rick Lopez, Ciroc King J, Sin City Maverick, all the way in Las Vegas. What's up? So, guys, the New York Mets have decided to sweep the Washington Nationals and are now tied for first place. Do the Mets have a shot at making some noise in the postseason? It's really tough for me to say. I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more bats. I know they brought Cespedes in and all that, and I think that, obviously the pitching is one of the best rotations in the league, but hey, we'll see what happens now. I know they got a pretty weak schedule, as Dr. Dan alluded to, so we will have that conversation as the season progresses, and we will go from there. Good morning to Ben Rowe. Doc is out there, Spot Bet, and C. Rodriguez Jr., man. So just waiting patiently for my guest to call in, my first guest, number 1. Can't wait to get my 3 surprise guests on the line, man. I'll just give you a little bit of hint. They were all in Las Vegas with us last March. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Bills offensive lineman, Mr. Bill Comer, has been suspended 6 games after his incident on the beach with apparently punching a kid over some lawn chairs or something like that and threatening to kill his family. I don't know how true that is. Charges have been dropped, but he was suspended, violating the personal conduct in the NFL. And American Pharoah, guys, first race after the Triple Crown, won the Haskell Invitational. So looks like American Pharoah's still doing his thing and going from there. So I'm going to give a plug right now to my first guest to please give me a call when you get a second. You can hit me up on Skype, and we will have that conversation. So other than that, guys, let's just go through a few things as far as the MLB was concerned, man, because I'd like to take a look at what's happening as far as the standings are concerned, just to kind of bring you guys up to speed on what's popping. So looking at this yesterday, I mean, Toronto was over the K-Sizzle Royals. Pittsburgh over Cincinnati. Miami over San Diego. Atlanta over Philadelphia, finally. Detroit finally decided to win a game, beat up on Baltimore. Tampa Bay surprisingly beat up on the Red Sonny Gray and hit that. So pretty excited about that, man. You know, got a pretty good weekend for your boy. So as far as, let's see. Hold on one second. Let me just pull up the standings. Give me a second, guys. Pulling it right up. That's why we, hold on one second. Just sending a message to my guest to call right now. So let's see here. Wow, my phone's going crazy. My cell phone. This is nuts. But let me get him in. Yo, what's going on, buddy? Do I got Vegas on the line this morning?
What's going on, Hatter, man? What's going on, bud?
Oh, sounding clear as day, Mr. Sugar Shane Redenius. How you doing, man?
Doing awesome, brother. Doing awesome. Got a chance to see the beautiful sunset here this morning, thanks to SBTV and being on the show.
Oh,
so I can thank you for that.
Oh, beautiful, man. Kid, I got to admire your work ethic, man. You're up bright and early, ready to rock and roll with me this morning.
Yeah, not every day, but got to make a special occasion when you get invited to be on the show with you, brother.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. So how you been, man? How's things?
Man, everything's been good, man. Enjoying baseball season. Working with Don Best, obviously, it's a daily part of what we do. And now just getting ready for NFL and college football as well, man. So I seen yesterday a bunch of tweets out there saying that this last weekend was the last weekend without football until February now. So that's good. Next 6 months we've at least got some football action on the weekends.
Yeah, man, we got some preseason popping. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, Hall of Fame game next Sunday. Vikings Steelers, I believe. So yeah, it'll be good to see some football back on TV, man.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So how's the baseball season been treating you, brother?
Man, you know what? It started off rough for me personally, be honest. But the last couple months have definitely bounced back a little bit. It's been, for me, it got a great following of people on Twitter, not only that follow me, but that I reach out to and follow as well. A lot of them that are connected and got associated with through SBTV. So appreciative of those relationships, and just through conversations, definitely kind of help you stay focused. And after rough days, you can see sometimes you're not the only one out there that's struggling
Right.
at times. So it's nice to have that community and the friendships out there to kind of keep you motivated and positive each day to do the grind with baseball, because as with MLB, there are games every single day, so it really is, especially NFL and college. There's not necessarily games every single day, so you can kind of get that mental break every once in a while,
right,
and kind of get refreshed, if you will.
Well, we did have the All-Star break. That was my break.
Well, yeah, that's about it,
I tell you what, man, I really started, I started off the show like last, I want to say it was last year, last March. And I started off, dude, I hated baseball. I hated it. I couldn't watch it front to back. I couldn't do anything. And, all of a sudden I found a new love for it, man, and I just can't get enough of it, dude.
Yeah, you know what? I do too. Especially since joining Don Best and being much more focused with the game itself. Kind of found the same thing with hockey this year as well, that it wasn't a game I really had paid much attention to prior, but this last couple of years have really started even getting into hockey and understanding that game a lot more. So I totally agree. I like baseball. I love just the the history of it, and you look at right now this time of year, there's no better time of year. You got baseball starting to wind down into see some playoff pictures and some teams forming.
Yep.
You got NFL and college football coming up, and here getting into October in a couple of months. Now you got NBA and hockey starting as well. So really exciting time for sports right now. And for those individuals that maybe don't like baseball as much. It's a dream. He's got some things he can look forward to too.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. So why don't you refresh the listeners? We got a come on the show since you've been on last. So you work for Don Best Sports, and what you guys do is just tell them how you come up with your lines and all that again for everybody.
Yeah, Don Best in general is our main product is an XML screen, which essentially sends out all the lines for all the different casinos out there and puts it on one very easy to read formatted screen with all the updated line information, odds. You can get futures information, all sports, soccer, and anything across the board. Those lines are not only supplied to sports books throughout the world, but any regular any client can go out and purchase that screen as well for, say, handicappers and bettors in general. And then me personally, I'm part of a team that we do, it's called in-game trading. So essentially what my job is to watch games live as they're happening, and through algorithms that our team has built, we supply live in-game betting lines to sports books throughout the world, who then offer those lines to their clients to actually bet on. So we're not directly taking on the monetary risk between ourselves and our clients. We're supplying the lines to books throughout the world that then handle that risk.
Awesome. So you say you get all the lines from the Las Vegas casinos. How many sports books do you guys have as far as Las Vegas is concerned on your site?
Oh, every single one that's in Vegas.
Really? How many is that?
Oh, man, I have 25, 30 minimum at least, many more. I can't even fit them all onto my screen. So there's only a certain main handful that I look at and watch for. The more reputable books out there. This LVH Superbook. Ones like that I keep an eye on and monitor lines. That way. So, but yeah, no, there's way more than I can count. I can't fit them all on my screen.
Okay, got it, man. So do you compare all the money lines, the run lines, the totals, and all that?
Me personally, I'm not a big line movement guy, if you will. What I do is obviously once I determine a bet, I will line shop and make sure that through the several different books that I have access to, that I'm getting the best line on whatever move I'm looking to make. But I know that there are a lot of handicappers and bettors out there that do look at line movement when they're factoring and handicapping, and our Don Best screen is going to be a perfect tool for them to use as well, because they can see all the movements, where all the books are, where they're heading, where they were, where they're going, where they went to, see those changes, as well as line shop. You've always been an advocate of having multiple books that you have access to, which is great. And again, you're through that, you're able to make sure that you're getting the best price. I mean, some of the futures differences that you've been bringing up on the show absolutely blow me away. I'm not a huge futures guy personally, but some of the price differences that you've been able to find out there, that's incredible. And that just shows the value of having multiple books that you can, get on and make sure that you're getting the best price out there,
Oh, definitely, man. I see, differences from 80 to 1 to 200 to 1. With like the Chicago White Sox, I'm like, dude, why would I play it at 80 to 1? It makes no sense.
Well, and that's just it. But somebody out there, is playing at 80 to 1 because they haven't, done their due diligence and priced that out and shopped it, So, again, it just shows the value of doing that and taking the time, especially if you're going to invest in futures as you are,
Yeah, right. So you extract all the future odds from all the books in Las Vegas?
Yeah, we might not get as extensive as like if you were just to go to one specific book and see everything that they have, but you will see like your main futures, futures for the pennant, those future in football. You'll see the predicted win totals, things like that. Some of the future stuff that you're getting into, those are. I wouldn't necessarily call them propositional bets, but they won't necessarily all be accessible just by our screen. Some of those you have to go to the site and kind of dig in a little bit deeper to see what each book is offering,
Okay, cool, definitely. So next time I'm in Vegas, dude, we're definitely going to link up because I need to pick your brain a little bit more about this.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely, man. Looking forward to it. When is the next Vegas trip, my friend?
We will have that conversation. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm just going to leave it alone for now because I'm probably going to be out to Vegas probably once or twice before our next event, personally, just on networking trips. So,
no, absolutely, man.
you know, you and I just left. I just got back from Fort Lauderdale doing a little bit of networking, and Vegas is next on my radar, brother.
Yeah, no, look forward to having you out here, man. Make sure you keep me posted so we can connect.
Oh, definitely, man. So, you know, looking at the card as far as the MLB is concerned, I mean, are you playing every single night, or are you just kind of dribs and drabs?
Oh no, I'm an everyday guy.
You're an everyday
absolutely,
guy.
yep. I'm breaking down a card every single day. I'm looking at the matchup. Some days I'll kind of look at it and go, wow, there's 8-9 plays that I really like, and for me, I've been able to manage my bankroll properly, and if I have days like that where where there's multiple plays like that I do like, I don't back off just because it might be a heavier day than others, where another day I might only like 1 or 2 plays. So been able to manage that. But no, I'll be an everyday player. I'll later on today, probably right after we get off the show here, I'll be breaking down my card today, seeing what's out there, looking at where my bets will be today, and hopefully continue. I'm on a pretty solid run the last few weeks here. I'm hoping I can close out the season strong and
Nice.
continue to build my bankroll getting into football season.
Fantastic, man. And I was getting into the standings real quick. I just want to kind of share that with the audience, since the standings are new every single day. So we got the New York Yankees in the East, AL East I'm alluding to. They are 6 games up from the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays, and 8 games up from the Tampa Biscuit Rays. The AL Central, we got Kansas City is in first place ahead of Minnesota by 8 games, dude. And the White Sox and Detroit are 11.5 games behind them. I don't see the Detroit Tigers emerging anytime soon, so I think we're okay with that. But the Chicago White Sox, I think, are pretty decent.
Yeah, they've been playing some solid ball. They got they're kind of up and down though too. Right now they're on a pretty solid last 10 run, 7-3. Their last 10, making some waves. But man, 11.5 games back. I don't know if they're going to be able to make up that much difference, especially against Kansas City Royals team that is also playing some very, very good ball right now.
Right, exactly. But these two teams play each other quite a bit, man. So a couple of series, a couple of sweeps, you're right back in it. So anything could happen right now. We still got 2 months left of baseball. I believe the last game is October 4th for the MLBs, guys. The regular season, anyway. You got the Houston Astros, dude. Listen to this: 4 games over the LA Angels, man. Wow.
Love the Astros. I'm a big fan.
Wow.
I love watching that team.
I didn't see that coming.
Big fan of one of my favorite players, Altuve. What he does every day, going out there. Kind of the underdog. Being able to even be in the majors, and here he's turned himself into not only an all-star, but in my opinion, a superstar. He's just one of those guys that you really enjoy watching play the game. Really like. This is going to be an interesting race watching it come down, because Angels are playing solid ball too. You look at just the bats of Pujols and what Trout's doing as well.
Yeah.
Pujols having a tremendous year. Coming. Really since he joined the Angels, really hadn't lived up to that big contract that he signed. But, making some waves this year. You can see the relationship that him and Mike Trout have.
Yes.
Another very fun team to watch. So that's going to be an interesting race coming down here the last month or so to see if anybody comes out of that. Angels kind of struggling a little bit right now.
Oh, yes.
1-9 their last 10. Yeah. Astros on the other side of that, 7-3 their last 10. So... It wasn't Astros just swept the Angels last series too,
swept
right?
them, exactly. In LA, going into the Dodgers, they had a really tough outing over there. But hey, you know what? We'll see what ends up happening after that. Let's see. Texas is 8 games out in that division as well. Going over to the NL, dude. You got the NL East. You got the Washington Nasties and the New York Mets tied, bro.
Man, I'm kind of rooting for the Mets on this one. I hope they pull it out. I think you've got a bunch of money on the Nationals and futures, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
It's actually not as much with the payout being crazy, because what I did was I did a money line parlay with one basketball game. Then I shot a Chicago Blackhawks future to win the whole thing, and I parlayed it with the Nasties. So that paid just crazy. So that got me really going. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah, another team though. I mean, we just talked about the Astros in a battle with the Angels getting a sweep. The Mets just did the same thing to the Nationals, swept them as well. So really making up some ground there, and ended up tying it, as you were alluding to earlier.
Yes.
So now they're in a dead dead heat battle right now. So another very interesting series to watch there.
Yeah, and if you watched Sunday Night Baseball last night, man, the atmosphere was electric in Citi Field.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got, for the first time, I actually have a couple of diehard Mets fans that I work with, and they're pretty excited right now. They're for the first time in a very long time that they're right in the thick of things this time of year. So you're definitely going to be able to see that. Toronto's the same way, man. You watch Toronto games, and that's just an electric environment as well.
Sure.
They love that team up there. So you get some of these teams this year, if they can continue on and make it to the playoffs for the first time in a while. It's going to be pretty electric to see, how these fans react to that.
Oh, definitely, man. And looking at the NL Central, well, before we get to the NL Central, the NL East, you got the Atlanta Braves are 8 games back with 2-8 in their last 10. Ouch. Let's see. The NL Central, we got St. Lucia, 5.5 games over Pittsburgh. Dude, this St. Louis team, man, I got to say something about this team. I just don't know. They win a lot of tight one-run games. I don't think they're that dominant, man. They're winning a lot of games, But go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, look back at almost any year. I mean, there's some of the years when they went all the way through, won the series. It was, you could see it. But how many years have they gotten all the way and you're like, man, where did this Cardinals team come from? You just really, they kind of just plug at you all season long. They just bring out their best baseball every single day. They're one of those teams that they could be down, really, they could be down 6-0 going into the bottom of the ninth, and you wouldn't be surprised if they pull out the W, you know? Again, look, however many games they're up above 500, almost 30 games.
Yeah, I
mean, that's just incredible. 40-16 record at home, very good at home. Different story on the road, though. They're hovering right around 500 on the road, so different team there. But man, I've learned you can never count out the Cardinals. But I know you comment a lot, just how they go into a game and definitely expect it to win, and how many just one-run games they just pull out,
Yeah.
Very similar to the team that's right behind them, the Pirates, man. They're both just real grinded out teams, very similar styles. So that'll be interesting little race right there to watch too. I wish the Cubbies were a little bit closer into that one, but I think that's definitely down to a 2-team race right there as well.
Cubbies 9.5 games out, but they are 10 games over 500, sweeping the Brewers, man.
Yeah, they're just in a tough division, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, look at some of the other divisions. If they were in, they'd be, leading that division. It's just, that they're going to have to battle with that for a while because some of these teams aren't going away anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely. And you got Cincinnati is 9.5 games behind St. Lucia. And then in the West, you have the Dodgers. You got the San Francisco Giants, 2.5 games back from them. And San Diego is 9 games behind them. Don't see San Diego doing anything in this division. Got Arizona as well, 9 games back. Dude, this Arizona team, man, I feel like if they make a run, they could be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they have the capabilities of doing so. I mean, when they're on right now, in which they are right now, but every team in that division is pretty much on outside of the Rockies. You look at all 4 teams, Dodgers, Giants, Padres, and Diamondbacks, last 10, 7-3. So, all of them are playing some pretty good ball. Dodgers won their last 4. I really enjoy watching the Diamondbacks. They're playing some great ball. Another one that when you get down there and they get the crowd behind them can be a pretty entertaining team to watch. Not sure, being 9 games back, if they're going to be able to, to make that up, especially, I mean, do you really see the Dodgers, going anywhere, or the Giants? Dodgers obviously making a push. They've got some of the best pitching in baseball. As long as their pitching stays healthy, you really can't see them going anywhere.
No, definitely not, man. Definitely not. So if you had to call it right now, who are your 2 teams to emerge out of the AL and NL to play in the World Series, player?
You know what? For me, honestly, you can't go against the Cardinals. They're just one of those teams to where, again, they may not appear as dominant as you truly think they are, and then you look at their record and you go, "Wow, that game's 30 games above 500. That's incredible." Because they, like you said, they've been there, they've done it.
Yep.
When it comes to the playoffs, there's not gonna be any fear. That they're gonna be on a mission, much like the Spurs in the NBA. You'd have no hesitation whether they're dominant or not, heading into the playoffs. If they make the playoffs, you know that they're going to be contenders. So would have to go Cardinals on that end. And man, you know what? On the other one, I think it's going to come down to either the Blue Jays or the Royals. That Blue Jays team, especially now getting Price, he's going to be on the mound tonight, I think, actually. It's going to be incredible. You can already see the fan base getting behind Price. They love that addition.
Sure.
That team on any given night can put up 15 runs, it seems. And if they can get into a series or two where they have some home field advantage, they're going to be extremely difficult to deal with in the postseason.
Right, exactly. Right now, I'm looking at if the Dodgers were to play St. Lucia, I think Dodgers with Greinke and Kershaw with St. Louis bats. I think the Dodgers would emerge. I don't know why. Other than that,
would that be a huge surprise? Absolutely not. Especially as you said, if Greinke and Kershaw can stay healthy and keep doing what they're doing. But again, I mean, can Kershaw overcome his playoff woes?
Yeah, right.
The Cardinals did it to the Dodgers last year.
Yep.
So would it be a surprise if they did it again this year? No.
Yeah.
So that's where I fight. If it came down to those two. Be just like last year, you could see something similar. It'd be a good series, though. It'd be a lot of fun to watch because both teams are going to bring it.
All right, sounds good. Well, Sugar Shane, I'm gonna make this a fun show today. I'm gonna leave you on. I'm gonna bring in my second guest, and then I'm gonna bring in my third guest with everybody on the same page because we all met each other. We all know each other's faces. I'm just gonna leave it at that. All right. So I got my man, the Total Sports Edge, on the line. What's up, brother?
What's going on, Hatter? How you doing this morning, pal?
Oh, good, man. Good. I got myself and Sugar Shane Redinius on the line while you are on the line as well, man.
Nice. Well, I got myself and Brandon on the line, so it's all four of us here.
Oh,
hey, Hatter, what's going on, man?
Oh, we're good, man. We're good. Sugar Shane and I are just breaking down some MLBs and just talking about the division races a little bit and the standings and all that. Just kind of breaking it up a little bit. You know what I mean? How you been doing out there, brother?
Oh, really good, man. We've been doing really well. Just, plugging away on the MLB here right now and getting ready for some football, getting really deep into the research and watching everything that's going on with these camps right now, trying to, get the edge that we need here come September. So, we've been doing really well, though. How you doing over there, Sugar?
Hey, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to hear you, I guess.
Yeah, man. We're going to have to come out, and we're going to have to hook up when we come out there. We're going to be out there for week 1, so I'll DM you, let you know, and maybe we can hook up and chat and have a couple drinks or something.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome, man. I think even Clown Man hit me up saying that he's going to be out around that time, too, so it'd be cool if we could all meet up.
Super contest, baby. Super contest.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Nice,
yep. I'll be entering in that as well.
Is that around the NBA Summer League stuff?
Nope. That's the NFL Super Contest that they hold annually at the Westgate, the former LVH Hilton, and that's basically the $1 million grand prize. And you pick 5 games every week against the spread, the winners take home the cash.
Oh, that's
50,
awesome.
I think, pay out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be out there a couple of weeks before that, which is actually recently because there's some kind of NBA event that I got invited to. So, where all the stars are going to be down there. So I'm not quite sure what it is. I'll know a little bit further as I book my trip, guys. But I guess I'll be down there like a week or two before you, Total Sports Edge. So I'm going to have to link up with Sugar Shane before that.
Nice.
Well, bring yourself $1,500 down here,
Yep.
Hatter, and enter into the contest. They have what are called proxies that you can hire to submit your plays every week.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty fun, man. Serious. It's one of the most competitive and well-known contests in all of Vegas, and actually a lot of the contestants are not even from Vegas. They hire what are called proxies to submit their picks for them every single week.
Oh, it's like a runner.
Yep, exactly.
Nice. You know what's funny is that I have a lot of guys that I work with that are that are Jewish that buy a lot of properties around here. They buy a lot of investment properties, and they can't work on Saturdays. So they have these gentlemen called goys. The goys go out and actually like write contracts and buy properties for them on Saturdays. It's pretty badass.
Nice.
Very similar. Very, very similar. So, all right, Total Sports Edge, man. So we were talking about the MLB. We got a lot of games here on a ticket. We actually have 11 games total. But do you have any games in particular that you want to break down, or do you want to just talk in general about baseball and who you think is going to emerge out of the AL and NL?
Well, we've got one game here today that we really like, and I'm sure there's quite a few more people liking them these days as the bandwagon seems to be growing. But the Toronto Blue Jays are bringing Price to the mound today for his opener against Minnesota. So that's obviously a game that we've been kind of earmarked here. It's an early start for the Vegas guys there. It starts at 1 o'clock Eastern, so it'll be going off at 10 o'clock Pacific there. But that's going to be a great game. I really think that's a good spot. The Jays are, riding pretty high right now. A lot of emotion in that dugout. Price making his debut here. It's a sold-out Rogers Center here. Can't get a ticket today, so nice to see. We haven't seen this kind of action and hype and everything around the Toronto Blue Jays since probably 1992 when they won the World Series. So it's nice for us because we're only about an hour and a bit away from us here, and obviously I'm a Jays fan and was quite happy to see that move. Although that I do think that it was unfortunate we had to get rid of Daniel Norris as he proved to be electric in his debut yesterday. Yeah, so. I think that they probably should have had him up from the start of the year, and we probably wouldn't have had the pitching issues that we did. But whatever, they're the pros. They make the calls, but yeah, that's one we're real. It lays some heavy juice, but we're looking at the run line on that game today. That's kind of the first one that we've earmarked here today.
Right, and Price has historically done very well against Minnesota, 8-3 since '97, and 3-0 on the year. In his last outing, he went 8 strong, didn't give up a run against the Twins. Granted, he's going against Irvin Santana today, who's been pretty good his last 3 after coming off the DL, a long stretch on the DL. But I just think the crowd is going to be electric. It's a holiday atmosphere here in Toronto and Ontario today. And the Jays are a buzzsaw, only a game behind the Twins. For that second wild card spot. So look for Price to have a stellar performance and the bats to pick him up in a big way. So we feel pretty comfortable at -110 getting that run line.
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, because the money line is -245, guys. So that's a little juicy.
Yeah, we don't play that juice over here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't blame you, man. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. I mean, Minnesota's 4 games over 500, where Toronto is 2 games over, 1 game out of the wild card, as you alluded to. Now, Minnesota's been really bad at home. Does anybody have Minnesota's away record up?
Yeah, they're 20 and 28.
20 and 28 on the road. All right, and you got David Price in the Dome making his first start. I love the play, guys. I think that might be something I'm interested in getting involved in myself because Minnesota on the road's been very poor, and believe it or not, they've been sliding, man. 2-6 in their last 8 games.
And Minnesota's been pretty good this year against lefties, going 21-16. But to be quite honest, Minnesota I think has been playing over their skis. They got some very timely hitting out of some bats earlier in the year, and they were kind of playing above themselves for a period of time. So as the dog days of summer, so to speak, really play themselves out, I think Minnesota's going to come back to the pack. You could argue the fact that the Jays have really even kind of, been inconsistent themselves at periods of time. They've gone on long winning streaks. They've gone on short losing streaks. They haven't been able to put it together. Now with these acquisitions of Tulowitzki, Revere, and certainly Price, filling a needed role in that rotation, and the Jays are going to take off here. And this is hard for me to say, being a Tigers fan and what we gave up. But certainly, the future plays prior to that Price trade, the Jays, they're going off at 25-1. Now you'd be lucky to get them at 12-1. So, just like Sugar Shane said, Royals, Jays, we were all over that action this weekend. Certainly that's got an ALCS preview in mind come October.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shane, what do you think about this matchup?
Well, man, I was just looking at it and wondering if Santana's ever been a $2 dog.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly.
Here's the ace of the Twins, and he's a $2 dog. That just shows, shows again, the value of price as well. I'm from Minnesota, so the Twinkies have my heart a little bit, but I can't go against Toronto here. As you look at Price, he's going to be jacked up for this game. It's his debut on the mound in Toronto, so he's going to have the crowd behind him. You look at just even the anticipation. I was watching that Toronto game yesterday, and I think the camera was on Price in the dugout more than maybe even some of the action on the field. It was nuts. I mean, they are jacked up for Price coming in. Tale of two with the Blue Jays as well. Tale of two, away on the road, they're 22-31, but at home dominant, 32-21, so 11 games above 500 at home. And looking at the Twins, how much they struggle on the road, even with their ace on the mound, Santana still, it's only going to be his fourth game back after coming off the DL or suspension, I think it was. Sorry, and I can't go against what these guys are doing with Toronto today. So wish you luck, guys.
Minus 1.5.
I'm not going to personally bet it because I never bet against the Twins, but I'll be rooting for you.
The one thing with Santana, coming off the DL, he's been susceptible to the long ball. 5 starts, 6 homers given up, and going into the Rogers Center, it's almost the new launching pad of baseball. That lineup is relentless going through that heart of that order. So look for the Jays bats to pick up Price in a big way. So that run line seems like the only play on this game, to be quite honest.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it. $100 better with Minnesota. You're actually up $1,444, Shane, with this.
Well, again, because a lot of those games, even as you alluded, throughout this entire year, I was that they're big. They'll be big dogs in these games, and they're pulling out the W. And in many of those games, even as dogs, if you would have taken the alternative run line, you'd be cashing even bigger because they're winning most of them by more than one.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, guys, I'm going to bring in somebody else here. Let me just see. Hold on. Now, if I'm hoping that I don't drop anybody. Okay, I'm going to do the best I can to bring in because I got a little party going on here. It's like a Vegas reunion. How about that? You guys feeling it or what?
Let's go.
Let's see. Let me see if I can get my third guest on here. Do I have somebody on the line?
What it do, boy?
Clown Man Swag, what is up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just wanted to get you in. I was going to have you call in at 10 o'clock, but you are early. Hey, it's all good, man. I got one more surprise guest coming in after you, but I wanted to get you in with Total Sports Edge and Sugar Shane and Brandon and the whole package. What's up?
Man, I'm just excited to get back to Vegas.
Yes, definitely.
Hey, you're lucky you left Vegas.
Oh, man, we got a party going on in the biggest show in the world. You guys are going to make my job easy, man. I don't got to talk the whole time now.
Yeah, we can take some pressure off you when Dream's on. Yeah. I bet you can't wait for football to start, so that way he can start bringing a little bit of value onto the show.
Oh, I know. You know what? It's brutal, man. The Dream, he just gives me the information. He's like, back to you, Hatter. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get music going. I'm trying to figure this whole thing out, get the stats up, and I'm like, all right, whatever. But when
he's over there still looking at pictures from Freaky Fridays.
Yeah, right. I know, and then when Dan comes on, it's the polar opposite. Dan just talks. I put my feet up. I drink my coffee. I relax. You know what I'm saying? So the whole package is good.
Man, those weekend shows that you and Dan put on, man, are awesome. Seriously, you can definitely tell that Dan brings his A game every time he comes on the show. It's pretty incredible, the baseball knowledge that guy has.
Definitely. Hey, Total Sports Edge, man. Do you got anything else that you want to? Any other games you're looking at? Anything you want to talk about? Whatever. Listen. I know I only told you that you had to commit to 10 minutes or whatever. But if you want to stay on, hey, it's a party.
Yeah, man, we're good. We're just,
It's a party.
All right, good. Clownman Swag, what you feeling today, man? You got any games on your radar?
The only thing on my mind right now is I have to give a special shout out to my boy Tom Brady. He's 38 today.
Oh, jeez, get off it, clown.
How did I know
He's
it was
38 years old, baby. Got to give a happy birthday shout out to my boy.
Did he get a new phone for his birthday?
I'm about to make a cake.
My man, dude. Hey, you know what? Hey, so let me ask you, Clownman Swag, what's going to happen in those 4 games that they, that they are without Brady? What do you think is going to happen?
I think 3-1.
3-1, huh?
I think.
You know, a lot of people are picking my Dolphins to emerge this year. You know that, right?
Who?
The Miami Dolphins. They're picking them to emerge. A lot of the experts, man.
They're still a team?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Man. Yep.
I'm kidding.
Hey, we'll see what happens when these two teams
I never
play.
follow the experts.
Yeah,
I never do.
I hear you, man. Any baseball that you're looking at, brother, or no?
Man, it's way too early for that right now.
Oh, okay. Cool deal.
But I play every night, though.
You do? Who'd you have last night?
Yesterday I had hold on, I'm looking at my Twitter right now, so I don't have to. I had the Marlins for 4 units. I had the Mariners for 3 units. I had the White Sox for 3 units. I had the Blue Jays for 2 units. And I had the Mets for 2 units. We came up 707, so I mean it was an all right day.
Not bad. All right, cool, man. We'll let you stay on the line while we break down a few other games. Total Sports Edge. Anything else on your radar?
Well, yeah, man. We've got the rest of the board today is a little tricky. We're taking our time with some of that stuff, but we did kind of earmark a football game because we've been getting our football juices going. We're 7-2 right now on the Canadian Football League so far to start the season, and we got a big matchup here. It's a civic holiday here in Canada right now, so we've got a holiday Monday. We've got a matchup between the Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and we're going to be going with the Toronto Argonauts plus the points today. They've been pretty good on the road. They've been playing really well, getting 3.5, I think, still on that game there. And, we're kind of leaning towards the Argos there on that one and looking to continue the hot streak on the CFL action.
Wow, so you're all over Toronto today in MLB and CFL. Wow.
Yep.
Interesting. Shane, do you get involved in any of that stuff or no?
No.
Yes, I do. Shane.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Got me excited.
In the Canadian League quite yet, but you know what? I have started watching some games this year. Very interesting game. Definitely need to get caught up with some of the different rules and stuff with the game. But actually, I've started watching it this year, but haven't put any money down on it yet.
Got it. Yeah, I haven't followed anything. How about you, Clown Man? You been on it or no?
What's the total on that game? Total?
The total?
Yes.
Just give me 1 second here. I just 55.5, somewhere around.
I like the under.
55.5. Yeah,
I like the under.
It looks like it's going to rain here today. It looks like we're going to still get some thunderstorms and stuff throughout the day today. So, it might be a better idea if you're going to play that, playing it a little sooner because just double check the forecast because if you can get that total in early today. We got some serious storms and rains here last night, and it still looks the same here this morning. So, you might start to see that number drop a little bit as the day goes on, and Vegas wakes up and people start placing money on those totals. So
Toronto and Hamilton are literally, anyone who's familiar with the area, they're literally a half an hour away from one another. So naturally, they're each other's biggest rival. They play each other historically on these holiday-type days, and the matchups are extremely close. And you've got the Argos 4-1 against the spread so far this season. They have been road killers. They've gone on the road and literally won outright on 3 circumstances where certainly they were, heavy dogs. So you can't count them out of any game. Toronto, they were down to BC 2 weeks ago, 21 points late in the third quarter, and stormed all the way back to win it outright. So
cool.
Keep an eye on that.
Did you say it's 3.5?
What's that?
You said it's 3.5?
3.5.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
I like the under.
Guys, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get another caller in. If I drop somebody, then we'll call you back or we'll figure it out. So let me see if I can get this going. Hold on. Do I got my fourth caller on the line today?
What's up, players?
Oh, the beautiful,
Oh, shit.
the beautiful Queen of Odds. What's going on?
Oh, man.
I feel like the band is back together.
Yes, definitely, guys. This is like a Las Vegas reunion, having a ball, guys. I just want to thank all of you for all the short notice coming on, and this is great, man. I'm feeling really good. I could just sit back and let you guys do the work for me, man, today.
That's right. What's up,
Man,
guys?
when I saw Queen of Odds walking up whenever I met you on that first night, I was like, move out the way, Dream. I was like, move out the way.
Oh.
Get your bicep off my face.
Yeah, definitely. So Queen, what's up?
What's up? I'm so excited to hear all these voices. We got
I know.
Clown Man, Sugar Shane. By the way, I got to call him out, and he's going to kill me, but he gives the sexiest selfies ever.
Oh, Clown Man swag, huh?
What kind of
What's
selfie?
up?
Yeah, what kind of selfies? Are they
PG.
They're definitely PG.
Oh,
Man, I'm gonna send you some rated R selfies today.
All right, bring it, Clown, bring it.
oh, definitely, man. Guys, this is a great time. This almost feels like the guest rotation that we did on that second day of Vegas where we did like 12 guests like in 1 hour. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a blast, man.
Yeah, that was a real
fun.
That
good
was
time.
fun.
Real good time. So, Queen of Odds, you got the floor right now. Is there a game in particular that you are looking at to break down with us?
Well, I mean, you guys have already broken down like the first big game, especially with Price on the mound. I think that trade was very crucial to Toronto. So, I mean, I don't really think I need to go over that. You guys covered that pretty well.
Can I chime in on that game real fast?
Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't want to interrupt you, my fault. But Price, he's never lost in Toronto. I think he's 7-0. He's never lost there in that stadium. And against the Twins, I believe his career is 6-1. It's below a 1.5 ERA. That's what I read way early this morning, though.
Yeah, my boy Christos
Yeah.
also alluded to that fact as well. That Price is undefeated in the Rogers Center. Yep, exactly. Great
my bad,
information. No, all good. Great information, man. So, yeah, that's a 107 start. So it looks like it's a little holiday action going on. So, Queen, what else you looking at?
I don't know. I'm really into totals right now. I've been crushing my totals, and I'm actually looking at this Houston total. It's a little high, but I think that they'll be able to make that happen. I still got to do more research, but that's what I'm looking at right now. I mean, it is a little early. I still have some more homework to do, as I'm sure all of you do as well. But I don't know, and I think Houston's bats can come alive, and Texas has been hitting too, so that might be something we all need to look at.
Definitely, man. Taking a look at this real quick. The last time they played each other, Houston won 10-0.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I think that was the first series after All-Star break.
yes, definitely, and
Yes.
that was when Dallas Keuchel was on the mound. So you're looking at the respective pitchers right now. You got Texas has Colby Lewis, who's 11-4 with a 4.42 ERA. So you want to talk about run support? My God, crazy,
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
The only thing.
Definitely something to look at.
And Houston has Lance McCullers, but his ERA is kind of low, 2.48. So, but when you look at the respective offenses, Houston scoring. Both teams are scoring just under 4.5 runs a game. Queen.
I know, I know, but I do see a lot of run support with both teams right now, especially when they play against each other. So I don't see that this game is going to take an under. Again, I still want to do a little more research and I do want to mention that for anybody out there that's looking at like looking for a way to find good research on any game, I said something to Shane probably about like 3 weeks ago. Don Best is awesome. Their information on there is so legit. If you look at their matchup information, I mean, they really dig into, what's going on in the now. It's not like what happened like 4 or 5 years ago. It's like within the most recent 10, 20 games, and I just love using that site for added info.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're the same. We're the exact same. We really love the Don Best information, and that's a crucial component to our research and handicapping that we use on a daily basis as well. We couldn't live without it. The stats, the numbers, the history, the recent stuff that Don Best puts out there every day is incredible. And if anybody is out there trying to dig up information or look at matchups and all that kind of stuff and isn't using Don Best, I'm telling you right now, you better start putting that in your web browser there to start using that, because it's definitely one of the best information sites out there on the internet for sure.
Awesome, cool deal. Clownman Swag, you are in Houston, Texas, right?
I am.
You are, okay. We got a little surprise for you, too, coming up later in the week. We'll have the conversation about Texas. I'm just going to leave it at that. What do you think of this Houston and Texas rivalry matchup today? You think the Queen's on to something with the over?
Is it in Texas? Is it in Arlington?
It's in Texas, yep.
What's the Astros numbers away?
Let's see.
His ERA total is really good.
Yeah,
Astros bats can come alive. They're alive right now. The fan support in Houston is like when they went to the World Series right now. That's how it is right now in Houston with fans. I went to all three Red Sox games where they swept them and they had that walk-off by Altuve. And then I just went to another game on Thursday against the Angels whenever Castro hit that 3-run blast. I mean, who thought Castro would hit home runs right now?
Right.
Their bats are coming alive.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, you got a total of 9 runs here, with Houston favored minus 135.
The Rangers are hitting too. Look at what they did against the Giants.
I know. I see
they're
it.
hitting too.
I see it. I mean, you
All
got
they did against the Giants was all that Texas has been doing is blowing games. So they're just that's a problem over there.
They've been absolutely horrible on the road. 19-29 at home, and typically, that Texas heat, when it gets over 100 this time of year, teams, go there to die, and it's not having that effect there this year. Food for thought, though. Colby Lewis is 7-1 lifetime versus the Astros. So, it could be a spot, certainly, with Houston winning the way they did this weekend and, putting a little buffer between themselves and the Angels. Could be your classic letdown spot, but certainly you can't trust Texas at home as they have been really, really good there in years past. It's been a real disappointment at home this season.
All right, sounds good, guys.
And I believe they just the Astros are actually, this is the first of 3 series on the road, so they're going to be on the road for a long time. So I'm probably going to play a little bit of that 3rd series against the Astros just because they want to get back home.
Got it.
They're just thinking about getting back home.
All right, so Sugar Shane, any opinion on this game?
Well, just initially looking at it, I haven't fully broken it down yet. But just a initial look, I would be way more comfortable leaning on the total, as Queen alluded to earlier, versus taking any team on the money line here. Because honestly, either this is just going to be one of those games I'm going to love sitting back and watch and play. Because kind of as Clown said, there's just a huge support behind the Astros team right now, but the Texas team is capable of playing some good ball on any given night as well. But yeah, it is kind of surprising, actually. I didn't realize Texas is struggling as much at home as they are this year. The Total Edge just pointed out as well. Yeah, yes. 20-29 at home, better record on the road, which is, very few teams have that trend going. So this will be one of those, handful of games on the schedule today. I'm going to just kind of sit back and enjoy kind of being a fan of. But if I were going to initial lean either side, I would be on a total with this one. All
right, sounds good, guys. There's a couple of things that I want to get all of your opinions on. Number one, I'm thinking about taking the White Sox over Tampa Bay in a series play. Queen, Chicago White Sox, are they going to take care of business with this nasty Rays team or what?
I mean, I think both these teams are nasty. I
really?
Gotta be honest with you. I mean, yeah, I do. I mean, the White Sox I mean, they've been playing a lot better, but I think both these teams are nasty. Their records are so similar. Quintana he's good for them. It's just this matchup is like such a flip of a coin for me.
Got it.
Today's game.
Who saw the pictures?
The only thing it's Quintana and Carnes.
Yeah.
But the only thing with this game that makes me lean towards the White Sox is that the White Sox are at home and their bats have been hot.
Yeah, right.
That's it. I don't know. I mean, their bats have been hot and they are playing at home, but again, like they have almost an identical record. They're both like so inconsistent. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but it's just no. I'm staying away.
I'm thinking about doing a series play. I'm going to bring it over to Total Sports Edge. What do you think about the Chicago White Sox? This Tampa Bay team is disgustingly nasty, so I think the White Sox will get the better of them in a series play.
If you're looking at the future probables tomorrow, you got Sale going against Archer. Archer's been struggling in his last 3 starts. Sale certainly, was primed to sweep the Red Sox in Boston there, but got absolutely blown up in his previous start. So, and then in the series finale, you're looking at Ramirez against Rodon. So, to Queen's point, it's a bit of a coin flip. These teams are, certainly capable of sweeping one another in this set. You look at Carnes' road record; it's been tough. Or it's been really good, mind you. He's 3-1 with a 282, and Quintana's 1-4 at home this year. So, to the point, I think this is one we'll probably stay clear of and just kind of sit back and see how it plays out.
All right.
You kind of look across some of the previous series that they played, though. They have really taken care of business against, the teams that they would have been favored, in those series. If you look at it, going back, swept Cleveland a couple series back, took care of business against the Red Sox, taken 3 out of 4. Lost two out of 3 with the Yankees, but that wasn't a big surprise. So, the teams that they're supposed to be beating, they are beating. But yeah, I'm kind of with Total Edge and Queen on both of these teams. I don't see either one of them making any kind of noise in the next month.
Got it.
Yeah, we were riding the White Sox there while they were destroying Boston. We were riding them for a few straight games, and they did really well for us. But then, after you're riding a team like that for whatever, 4 games in a row, and they come through for you, we decided to step back and kind of fade it for a little bit here because we did well with them, but you got to hit your spots, and they are the White Sox still. They still are missing some key pieces, I think, to make a serious run, but you never know. They got some good bats there. They could surprise people. I just think that they're just a little bit too far out of the picture right now. They may come up just a couple of games short at the end of the day when it comes down to the wild card race and all that stuff. But, they're definitely a team that can cause some problems for some other teams here down the road as we get down the stretch. I think that that's not going to be your typical cakewalk White Sox games. So whoever is facing them down the stretch here, who the other teams that do need to pick up the points in the games, it's not going to be easy for them having to face the White Sox this year. So I do, they are coming along, and they are going to be dangerous for some teams. It's just tough.
A lot of games on the board, but I'm only going to break down like 1 or 2 more. And this is a really important series that I think we all need to discuss, and that's the Chicago Cubs coming into the Pittsburgh Pirates. Shane, this Pittsburgh Pirates team, I just don't know about them, dude. I don't know about them. What do you think, man?
Well, again, we were kind of talking earlier how, kind of seen a lot of similarities with that Pirates team this year versus, the Cardinals team as well. Kind of just that grinded out, winning games late. Another team this year that if they were down 6-3 going into the bottom of the 9th, you kind of got a feeling that they have a pretty good chance of actually pulling it out, because they've been doing it all year, playing decent ball right now, 7-3 their last 10. Where are they? Are they at home today? Yeah, they're at home today against the Cubs. So 35-17 at home, playing some great ball. Another one of those cities that's just really, really behind their team right now. Across the board, there's just some really fun home games to be watching out there. And you look at even just today, that Toronto game is going to be awesome. You look at this Pirates game, just the fan support that's coming out for some of these teams. Pirates have been in it the last, especially the last year, going back a little bit more, and they're right in the thick of things again this year. Cubs are capable though too. They're playing solid ball. They're 10 games above 500. This will be a fun series. But if I was to do a series play out of this, I would imagine that Pirates get it done, especially being at home and playing the type of ball that they're playing right now.
Queen, what do you think about this series, the Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Well, I actually agree with Shane. 100%. I think the Pirates are definitely going to take this series. I don't think it'll be a sweep by any stretch of the imagination. The Cubs for me, they're just a headache. They decide when they want to play and when they don't. I mean, Pittsburgh, at least they fight. I have to tell you, I think this first game is going to be a little tough with Lester on the mound. He typically doesn't let up a lot of runs. Then, with Liriano, he was supposed to be their ace. I don't know. He's struggled a little bit this season, but Pittsburgh is a sound team all around, in my opinion. I think they're much better than the Cubs. Again, these two teams are very competitive with one another, so you're not going to see a sweep here. But I would say that I definitely take Pittsburgh in this series. All
right, Total Sports Edge. Any opinions on Chicago versus Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I think it's going to be once again. It's going to be one of those coin flip series. Both Lester and Liriano have been inconsistent all year, but the month of July has been friendly to both of them. Lester in his last 3 starts, 2-0 with a 1.61 ERA, and you're looking at Liriano, he's 2-0 with a 2.5 ERA. So, I think it's going to come down to Pittsburgh. Certainly, they've been there, they have the experience. You look at the Cubs, still pretty young. This is not familiar territory for them by any stretch of the imagination. So, the Chris Bryants, the Anthony Rizzo, the Addison Russells of the world. We're getting into the dog days of summer here, and typically those young players start to hit a bit of a wall due to the fact that they aren't used to playing this amount of games. So, I think Pittsburgh is in a prime position, to make a long run. Picking up Soria from the Tigers at the deadline was a key move to solidify that bullpen. I got to put my faith. I think we have to put our faith in Pittsburgh in this spot. I'm not saying that today is a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, but moving forward, definitely, we're buyers on Pittsburgh, a little higher than the Cubs.
All right, got it. And before we go over to Clownman Swag, Shane, real quick, can you look up the Pittsburgh Pirates record versus the NL Central?
Yep, give me 1 second.
All right, perfect, because I know they're terrible versus their own division, guys. Just keep that in the back of your brains. Clownman, any opinion on Chicago versus Pittsburgh?
What's the over and under tonight?
You got Pittsburgh with you got Pittsburgh with Loriano on the mound. Chicago has John Lester. Pittsburgh minus 135 with an under/over of 6.5 runs.
I think it goes over tonight.
You think it goes over 6.5?
It's going to be one of those electric games. I believe it's going to maybe be like 3-2, then the Cubs are going to tie it, and Pittsburgh's probably going to win it. But if Pittsburgh wins tonight, Pittsburgh sweeps the series.
Really? Really? Very interesting. All right. Well, I'm waiting for that information from Shane. I know it takes a few minutes, dude.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem, guys. And there's one more series that I'm going to go into, guys, that you guys are going to think I'm crazy talking about this series, but it's one of the most favored teams in the league, and it goes to tomorrow. Okay, it's not today, but it goes to tomorrow. It's one of the most favored teams in all of Major Leagues versus one of the most underdog teams in all of Major Leagues, and it's just crazy how this is all working out. So,
ready when you are, Hatter?
Yeah. Go for it. What do you got?
19-26. You'd be down almost $1,000 betting the Pirates straight up against the Central.
Imagine that. Unbelievable. And they're 18 games over 500, so they're beating everybody else except their division.
Is that what you thought? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
I knew it was really bad. I read something, not too long ago, about a week ago, about that. Guys, I want to talk about this, and you guys are going to think I'm absolutely out of my skull, but I think there's a lot of value here. How about the Dodgers coming into the Phillies, Shane? You're gonna listen. You're gonna have minus 300s, minus.
Should happen, or I mean, a few weeks ago you would have looked at this series and thought lay down, but holy cow, where is this Phillies team coming from lately? I mean, they are destroying teams.
I know,
absolutely insane. Yeah, I know they lost to the Braves yesterday, but man, this is a team right now. You cannot figure this team out. They're unbettable for me right now. Any game, because you just, how can you go from what they were pre All-Star break to what they've done since the All-Star break? It's absolutely, I can't put my finger on it.
I know. It's crazy. The thing I'm getting to is that you're going to see a lot of like minus 300s, minus 250s, and stuff like that. I know it's in Philadelphia, so it might be a little bit less than that. But if we get like Kershaw, Greinke going, it's going to be nuts. So Total Sports.
I don't think Kershaw will pitch.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I don't think. I think that he'll pitch the next series.
All right, we got to take a look at that. Total Sports Edge. What do you think about this series, man? Do you think the Phillies got a shot at beating the Dodgers?
Well, probably not in the opener with Jerome Williams going. He's absolutely our nemesis, and anytime he's starting, we avoid him. But certainly, I think there's going to be that piece with Jimmy Rollins coming back for the first time to Philadelphia since getting dealt. So, the Dodgers, once again, they play down to their competition a lot of the time. The Phillies have been playing well. Been certainly getting contributions from Nola and Morgan, and with Hamel's departure, there's an opportunity for those guys to step up. And to be quite honest, the Phillies are everybody's fighting for a job there. Ruben Amaro is probably the worst GM in baseball, and he'll be out of a gig at the end of the year. And everybody's going to be fighting for jobs coming down through August and September. So you're not off your rocker by any means looking at the Phils at home as playing giant killers for sure. But in the opener, Jerome Williams against Alex Wood, that could be a tough spot, certainly, with the Dodgers having the day off on Monday. Williams has, had some outings against the Dodgers in the past. None of the guys that he'll face tomorrow have had any substantial at-bats against him. But with that being said, you look at Frank Coeur, he's, batting .400 against Alex Wood, lifetime. You got a few guys in that lineup that have certainly seen Alex Wood in his days when he was pitching for the Braves. So something to key on, Hatter. Keep an eye on those lines over the next few days as the Dodgers come into Philly.
All right, I'm looking at my boy Christos is telling me that Greinke will pitch Thursday in this series. Queen, do the Philadelphia? Yeah. I mean, listen, I saw the Braves beat up on the Dodgers. I'm just saying, and Philly just beat up on the Braves. So, Queen, do the Phillies have a shot at winning this series versus the Dodgers?
I don't know about the series, but I will say this: since the All-Star break, I'm almost positive that the Phillies are like 11-2 or maybe 11-3.
Yep.
And had we all taken them, after the break, we'd be loaded because the lines were insane against them. You were looking at like minus 200, 230, 250 lines, and they were.
Didn't they beat like the Blue Jays or Royals or something?
They beat. Let me think. They went back and the Phillies beat. Who did they beat? They beat Tampa Bay. They beat Miami. Who else did they beat in those series? I'm trying to remember. If you give me a minute, I can look it up.
It was last week where the line was like a minus 234, and they just crushed.
It was like the Blue Jays, right?
Yeah, it was the Blue Jays.
Toronto.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
It was
so,
Toronto.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. You're looking at giant killers. Hey, you never know, guys. You never know.
Yeah.
So just be careful with these lines.
So look at those lines. But in Philly's defense here, if they're capable of beating that Toronto team, that means that they got to put up a lot of runs, and that's what Philly's been doing. They've been putting up, their bats have been connecting. with the Dodgers, they're such a strong offensive team at home. But, again, away, I don't think that the first game out the gate, the Phillies are going to win because of who they have on the mound, and there's a lot of other, things that play a part of that as well. I mean, Total Sports Edge said that is their nemesis. Williams is just not working for them at all. But, in games to come, I would probably definitely roll on the Phillies. And I would also look at those totals because their bats have been connecting. That's what's been keeping them alive.
Got it.
They've been playing a very strong offensive team. Right, they're playing very strong offensively right now.
All right. So if you look at these teams, guys, this is crazy. The LA Dodgers, if you're $100 better, you're actually down $681. And if you're $100 better with the Phillies, you're only down $846. So it's very similar with really, really bad records.
Last 16 games for the Phillies, if you would have been taking them 12-5, you'd be up $1,200.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yep.
All right, guys. So it's past the 10 o'clock hour. This has been an absolute blast, this party, man. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, who was on the longest? I'm going to go with Sugar Shane first. I'm going to let you do your closeout. Then I'm going to go to Total Sports Edge. I'm going to go to Clown Man and then the Queen, and then we're going to get the hell out of here because your boy's got a lot of work to do today. So, Sugar Shane, what you got to close out here, man? I want to appreciate you calling in and being on for over an hour with us, man.
Oh, yeah, no worries, man. Just want to, shout out to the nation. Good talking and being on with everybody today. Liked the Vegas reunion. Looking forward to actually having that again down here. Best of luck to everybody that's playing today and especially finishing out the season. And also looking forward to hearing you guys and being on maybe during the football season as well.
Yes, sir. All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much, Shane.
Yep, no problem, guys.
All right. Take
Bye,
care.
Shane.
Yep,
Bye,
see you guys.
Shane.
Take care.
All right, Total Sports Edge. What do you got to plug before we close out on a beautiful Monday?
Well, we just want to give a big shout out to the entire SBTV Nation. We love everybody out there. And I guess, right now we're just really gearing up for football. I'm telling you, we've been knee-deep in this stuff already for a few weeks now, actually probably about a month now, and really trying to get ready for football. We had an incredible season last year. We hit over 60% on NFL last year, up probably over 20 units or so on the season. And as a lot of people know, we did do a football promotion, a half-off promotion that expired on August 1st. But what we wanted to do was extend that due to the overwhelming response that we've had with this and all that stuff that's kind of happened here over the last couple of weeks. We're going to extend that to everybody here until August 15th. So any of the nation who remembers our football last year, we knocked it out of the park. We did really well with NFL, NCAA, and CFL. We're including the NCAA and CFL in our NFL package this year, and we're doing it for half price for the season for like $2.99. So we'll also break that up for people so that they can pay for that over the next few weeks up until week 1 of the NFL. So anybody who wants in on that, we're going to extend it here until August 15th. Send us a DM or an email at info@totalsportsedge.com if you want on board, and we'll make the special arrangements for everybody to make the payments. And we're really looking forward to knocking it out of the park again this year with the football. We'll be sending out to everybody our top 5 plays that we will be playing in the Super Contest. So that's what we're going to be sending out to all of our members this year. And we plan on doing better than the 61% that we had last year. And hopefully we can get up into the mid-60s and really contend for some cash in that Super Contest. So
awesome.
I just want to shout out everybody. And we love the SBTV Nation. Thanks, Hatter, for having us on. It was great chatting with everybody. And, anybody coming to Vegas for week 1, send us a DM as we'll be down there. Probably going to check out the new grand opening for the Superbook that they're doing here at the Westgate, which is going to be cool. They did a big reno there, so it's going to be a good time down there. So anybody who's in the area there on week 1, send us a message, and we look forward to catching up with everybody.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you so much for calling on such short notice, brother. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Take care, guys.
All right, take care. Take care. Clown Man Swag, what's up? My man. What you got to plug before we get out of here, brother?
Man, I don't have much. I just want to thank the Sports Better TV and whatever what y'all done throughout over a year, over almost a year and a half now, right?
Yes, sir.
Every day except holidays and things come up, and I just want to thank all y'all. And man, I don't really have that many shout-outs or anything. I'm not doing it like a list of shout-outs or anything. I just want to thank the SBTVNation. Gotta thank the haters, because the haters are what keeps us going.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
But I'm not like everybody else that was on the line. I do free capper, whatever you want to call it. I just post my plays. I keep a record. It's all fun. I'm not like documented or anything like the Queen is, or like Total Sports Edge. But I want to give a shout out to the SBTVNation. Thank y'all.
All right, sounds good, man. Thank you so much, man, and I can't wait to have the conversation with you about Houston, Texas. That's all I'm going to say about that. So thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Queen of Odds. What's up, baby girl? All right, so
that was so fun.
Oh, this was the bomb. I had to go 20 minutes over. I just had to, just because we were rocking. So what you got to plug, baby girl?
Well, I've been kicking butt with MLB, and again, MLB and NFL are my thing, my specialty. So since the All-Star break, I'm 21. I'm 20-1. I've lost one game, and I pushed on another. So I'm kicking butt. I also am 79-37 in the entire season. So I plan on continuing to make tons of money and get that bankroll going for football season. And I'm doing, of course, because I'm on the show, I'm going to do a special promotion for anybody who wants to build their bankroll to start off the NFL season. For the rest of the month of August, it's going to be an awesome promotion. I'll get you all my flex plays, definitely focusing a lot on totals, and I'm crushing them. So I'll definitely put out that promo on Instagram, Twitter, and you guys can always catch me on my Queen of Odds website. It's queenofodds.com. My Instagram is queen_of_odds, and my Twitter is Queen of Odds. But guys, I'm definitely going to do a huge promo for anybody who's listening who just wants to build up their bankroll for the NFL season. It'll extend itself throughout the end of the August, and we'll make some cash.
All right, sounds good, honey. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and thank you as
Thanks
always.
Thanks for having me on.
All right, no problem. Thank you for coming in at such short notice.
Yeah, anytime, guys. I love the nation. Go, Nation. Let's cash.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
All right.
All right, guys. So hey, man, listen. So what'd you think of the Vegas reunion? My God. Unbelievable, dude. Just really fun, just kind of sitting back and listening to my friends kick it on the biggest show in the world. Guys, we are Sports Betters TV. We are the biggest show in the world, having an absolute blast 7 days a week, breaking down all the action, breaking down the games, and having a ball. So go out there, go easy, do your own homework, bet your own plays, make all your dreams a reality, and get that money. Take care.